Beloved soul, before your thoughts rush ahead trying to understand what exactly is being removed or what this change might look like, pause for a moment and take a slow breath, because what you are feeling right now is not meant to create urgency or confusion, it is meant to gently bring your awareness into a moment of realization. Sometimes in life, the biggest changes do not arrive with noise or sudden events, they arrive quietly, through a shift in your understanding, through a change in your perspective, through a sense that something no longer affects you the way it once did, and this is one of those moments where something subtle yet powerful is already beginning to change within you. You may begin to notice that certain things that once felt heavy are no longer holding the same weight. Situations that used to drain your energy may now feel easier to handle. Thoughts that once created doubt may not feel as strong anymore. This is not random. It is a sign that something within you has shifted. It is a sign that your awareness has grown strong enough to no longer be influenced in the same way as before. What was once working against you may not have been something external at all, it may have been patterns, habits, or ways of thinking that no longer align with who you are becoming. There was a time when you may have felt stuck, as if certain situations kept repeating, as if certain thoughts kept pulling you back, as if something was holding you in the same place no matter how much you tried to move forward. But now something is different. You are beginning to recognize those patterns instead of being controlled by them. And the moment you recognize something clearly, it begins to lose its power over you. This is what it means for something to be removed, not taken away suddenly, but released through your understanding. You may also begin to feel a quiet sense of relief within you. Not because something dramatic has happened, but because something no longer feels as heavy. That relief is important. It means you are no longer carrying what you once carried. It means your mind is becoming lighter, your thoughts are becoming clearer, and your direction is becoming more open. This is how real change feels, not overwhelming, but freeing. At the same time, there is a growing sense of awareness guiding you forward. You are beginning to pay more attention to what feels right and what does not. You are becoming more intentional with your choices. You are no longer allowing everything to affect you in the same way. This awareness creates a natural sense of protection, not through fear, but through understanding. You may also notice that your confidence is quietly increasing. You trust yourself more. You feel more certain about your decisions. You are less influenced by doubt. This confidence is not something you are forcing, it is something that is developing naturally as you become more aligned with yourself. As you sit with this message, allow yourself to stay present with what you are already beginning to feel. There is nothing you need to chase or force. What is no longer aligned with you is already starting to fade, and what truly belongs to you is becoming clearer. Pay attention to the small changes, the subtle shifts, the moments where things feel lighter and more stable. You are not here by accident. You are here because you have reached a point where you are ready to release what no longer serves you and move forward with clarity. And as you continue to trust that awareness within you, you will begin to see that what once worked against you is no longer part of your path, and what remains is something steady, something meaningful, and something that truly supports who you are becoming. Beloved soul, as you continue to stay with this message, something deeper begins to unfold within you, because what first felt like a simple idea is now becoming a clear realization that this moment is not about something suddenly disappearing, it is about something within you changing in a powerful yet quiet way. You are not being asked to search for what is being removed, you are being invited to notice how you are no longer affected in the same way as before. There are moments in life when growth becomes visible not through what appears, but through what no longer controls you, and this is one of those moments where your awareness is revealing that shift. You may begin to notice that certain reactions you once had are no longer as strong. Situations that used to trigger overthinking may now feel easier to understand. You are not being pulled into the same patterns, and even when something familiar appears, you are able to step back and observe instead of reacting immediately. This is important because it shows that the change is already happening. You are not waiting for something to be removed, you are experiencing its absence through your new awareness. There was a time when you may have felt like you were repeating the same cycles, facing the same challenges, or dealing with the same thoughts that kept holding you back. It may have felt like no matter how much you tried to move forward, something kept pulling you into the same place. But now something within you has shifted. You are beginning to recognize those cycles clearly. And the moment you recognize something fully, it loses its control over you. This is how removal truly happens, not by force, but by understanding. The meaning of this moment becomes deeper as you realize that what was working against you may not have been something external at all. It may have been habits, patterns, or ways of thinking that no longer align with your growth. And now, as your awareness becomes stronger, those things naturally begin to fade. You are not fighting them, you are outgrowing them. And that is a powerful transformation. You may also begin to feel a sense of lightness within you. Not because everything has changed instantly, but because something no longer feels as heavy. That lightness is a sign that you are releasing what you no longer need to carry. It is a sign that your thoughts are becoming clearer, your emotions are becoming more balanced, and your direction is becoming more open. At the same time, there is a growing sense of intention within you. You are becoming more aware of your choices. You are beginning to notice what aligns with you and what does not. You are no longer moving without awareness. Instead, you are choosing your actions with clarity. This shift is important because it shows that you are stepping into control of your own path. You may also begin to notice that your confidence is increasing in a quiet and steady way. You trust yourself more than before. You feel more certain about your direction. You are less influenced by doubt or external pressure. This confidence is not something you are forcing, it is something that is developing naturally as you become more aligned with yourself. As you sit with this part of the message, notice how everything feels more stable and grounded. That stability is important. It means you are no longer reacting to what once affected you. You are understanding it. You are moving beyond it. You are not being asked to change anything forcefully, you are being guided to recognize what has already changed within you. Stay present with yourself. Trust what you are beginning to feel. The message is not about something being taken away suddenly, it is about something being released through your growth. And as you continue to move forward with that awareness, you will begin to see that what once worked against you is no longer part of your experience, and what remains is something that supports you, strengthens you, and guides you toward a path that feels clearer, lighter, and truly aligned with who you are becoming. Beloved soul, as you move deeper into this message, you may begin to feel a quiet shift forming within you, because what once felt like something external being removed is now becoming a clear understanding that the real change is happening inside you. You are starting to realize that this moment is not about something suddenly disappearing from your life, it is about something within you becoming stronger, clearer, and more aware. There are times in life when your growth becomes visible not through what arrives, but through what no longer has power over you, and this is one of those moments where your awareness is revealing just how much you have changed. You may begin to notice that your reactions are no longer the same as they used to be. Situations that once created confusion now feel easier to understand. Thoughts that once pulled you into doubt now feel less convincing. You are not being affected in the same way, and that is not accidental. It is the result of your awareness becoming stronger than the patterns that once controlled you. This is how true transformation happens, not by forcing change, but by outgrowing what no longer aligns with you. There was a time when certain patterns may have felt automatic, when you reacted without thinking, when your mind followed the same path again and again. But now, something within you has shifted. You are beginning to see those patterns clearly. And once you see something clearly, it can no longer control you in the same way. This is the moment where something that once worked against you begins to lose its influence, not because it was removed from the outside, but because you no longer respond to it in the same way. The deeper meaning of this moment becomes clear as you understand that removal is not always something visible. It is something that happens within your awareness. It is the moment when you no longer feel the same pull, when you no longer feel the same weight, when you no longer feel the need to react the way you once did. This is not loss, it is growth. It is a sign that you are moving forward. You may also begin to feel a sense of freedom within you. Not because everything around you has changed, but because your experience of it has changed. You are no longer carrying the same emotional weight. You are no longer reacting from the same place. This freedom is subtle, but it is powerful, because it allows you to move forward without being held back by what once affected you. At the same time, there is a growing sense of clarity within you. You are beginning to understand what aligns with you and what does not. You are becoming more intentional with your thoughts, your actions, and your decisions. This clarity is what keeps you grounded. It allows you to move forward with confidence instead of confusion. You may also begin to notice that your confidence is becoming more natural. You are not forcing yourself to believe in yourself, you are simply recognizing your growth. You trust your decisions more. You feel more certain about your direction. This confidence is not something external, it is something that comes from your awareness. As this part settles within you, recognize that you are not waiting for something to be removed, you are recognizing that it already is. The message you are receiving is not about something happening outside of you, it is about something within you becoming clear. And as you continue to stay present with that understanding, you will begin to see that what once felt like resistance is now becoming something you can move beyond, something that no longer controls you, and something that allows you to step forward with clarity, confidence, and a deeper sense of alignment with who you are becoming. Beloved soul, as this message reaches its final depth, everything that once felt like a process now becomes calm, steady, and deeply clear, because what you are truly experiencing is not something being taken away suddenly, it is awareness completing itself within you. You are no longer reacting to what once felt heavy or confusing, you are understanding it, and that understanding is what has removed its power over you. This moment is not about loss, it is about release. It is about recognizing that what once affected you no longer has the same place in your life. There is a quiet sense of completion here, not of your journey, but of a phase where you may have felt influenced by certain patterns, thoughts, or situations that seemed difficult to move beyond. You have moved through moments where you felt stuck, where you questioned why certain things kept repeating, where you wondered why it was hard to let go. But now, something within you has changed. You are beginning to see clearly. You are understanding that growth does not always remove things instantly, it changes how you relate to them. You may now feel a calm certainty within yourself. It is not loud or overwhelming, but it is steady and real. It is the feeling that you are no longer controlled by what once affected you. You are no longer reacting in the same way. You are no longer held back by the same thoughts or emotions. This clarity did not appear suddenly, it was built over time through your awareness, your experiences, and your willingness to understand yourself more deeply. The meaning of everything you have read becomes simple. It is not about something external being removed, it is about you recognizing your own growth. You are no longer in a place where you are influenced by what worked against you. You are in a place where you can move forward with clarity. This shift changes everything, because you are no longer carrying what does not belong to your path. You may also notice that your sense of peace is becoming stronger. This is because you now understand that you do not need to fight what once affected you. You simply need to recognize that it no longer holds the same power. This understanding removes resistance and replaces it with ease. As you move forward from this point, remember that you do not need to rush or force anything. Real change happens when you allow yourself to grow naturally. Stay present with yourself. Continue to notice what feels lighter. Continue to trust your awareness. Each moment of clarity will strengthen your sense of direction. As this message closes, let it leave you with a sense of calm strength. You are not being held back anymore, and you are not stuck. You are aware, you are clear, and you are capable of moving forward without carrying what no longer serves you. And as you continue to trust that awareness within you, you will begin to see that your path becomes more open, your mind becomes more peaceful, and your life becomes something you can move through with confidence, clarity, and a deep sense of alignment with who you are becoming. Beloved soul, as you continue into this deeper part of the message, something within you begins to settle in a way that feels different from before, because now you are not just understanding the idea of release, you are feeling it. What once felt like resistance or heaviness is now becoming lighter, not because everything around you has suddenly changed, but because something within you is no longer holding on to it in the same way. This shift is quiet, but it is powerful, and it marks the moment where your awareness has truly begun to take control over what once affected you. You may begin to notice that your inner world feels more spacious. Thoughts that once crowded your mind may no longer feel as dominant. Emotions that once lingered may now pass more easily. You are not forcing anything to leave, you are simply no longer holding it in the same way. This is what real release feels like, not a sudden removal, but a gradual lightness that comes from understanding. You are not losing anything important, you are letting go of what no longer belongs in your present state of awareness. There was a time when you may have tried to push things away, thinking that removing them quickly would bring you peace. But now you are beginning to understand that true release does not come from force, it comes from clarity. When you see something clearly, when you understand it fully, it naturally begins to lose its hold over you. This is the stage you are in now. You are not fighting what worked against you, you are outgrowing it. The deeper meaning of this moment becomes clearer as you recognize that what once felt like obstacles were also part of your growth. They shaped your awareness, they challenged your understanding, and they pushed you to become more conscious of your own thoughts and reactions. And now that you have reached this level of awareness, those same things no longer have the same role in your life. They have served their purpose, and now they are fading. You may also begin to feel a stronger sense of direction within yourself. You are no longer as uncertain as you once were. You are beginning to understand what aligns with you and what does not. This clarity helps you move forward without hesitation. You are not being pulled in different directions anymore, you are choosing your path with awareness. At the same time, there is a deep sense of calm growing within you. Not because everything is perfect, but because you are no longer in conflict with yourself. You are not trying to hold on to what is leaving, and you are not trying to rush what is coming. You are simply present with what is. This presence creates peace. You may also begin to notice that your confidence is becoming more stable. It is not based on external validation, it is based on your understanding of yourself. You trust your thoughts more. You trust your decisions more. You trust that you can handle whatever comes next because you are no longer reacting from the same place as before. As this part settles within you, recognize that you are not in the process of losing anything, you are in the process of becoming lighter. The message you are receiving is not about something being taken away, it is about something being released through your growth. And as you continue to stay present with that awareness, you will begin to see that your life feels more open, your mind feels more clear, and your path feels more aligned with who you truly are. And as you move forward with this understanding, you will realize that what once worked against you no longer has a place in your experience, not because it was forced away, but because you have grown beyond it. You are now moving with clarity, with confidence, and with a quiet strength that allows you to continue your journey without carrying what no longer serves you, stepping into a space that feels lighter, freer, and deeply aligned with your true self. Beloved soul, as you step into this final part of the message, everything that once felt like a process now becomes a complete understanding within you, because you are no longer in the stage of questioning or trying to figure things out, you are in the stage of recognizing. You are recognizing your growth, your awareness, and the quiet strength that has developed within you. What once felt like resistance, confusion, or heaviness has now transformed into clarity, and that clarity is not something you need to search for anymore, it is something you are already experiencing. You may begin to notice that there is a deep stillness within you, a sense of calm that feels natural and steady. This stillness is not emptiness, it is presence. It is the feeling of being fully connected to yourself without distraction, without confusion, without the weight of what once affected you. Your thoughts are no longer pulling you in different directions, your emotions are no longer creating imbalance, everything feels aligned in a way that allows you to move forward with ease. There was a time when you may have felt like you needed to remove something from your life in order to feel better, like you needed to fight against certain patterns or push away certain thoughts. But now, you are beginning to understand that true change does not come from force, it comes from awareness. You did not have to fight what worked against you, you only needed to outgrow it. And now that you have, it no longer holds the same space in your life. The deeper meaning of this moment becomes clear here, because you realize that nothing was truly against you in the way it once seemed. Everything you experienced was part of your growth, part of your awareness, part of your understanding. And now that you have reached this point, you are able to see it differently. What once felt like resistance now feels like a lesson. What once felt heavy now feels like something you have moved beyond. You may also begin to feel a strong sense of trust within yourself. You trust your awareness, your decisions, your direction. You no longer feel the need to question everything or seek constant reassurance. This trust is quiet, but it is powerful, and it allows you to move forward with confidence without needing external validation. At the same time, there is a deep sense of freedom within you. Not because everything has changed outside of you, but because you are no longer held back by what once affected you. You are free from the patterns, the thoughts, and the reactions that once kept you in the same place. This freedom allows you to experience life in a new way, with more clarity, more ease, and more presence. You may also begin to notice that your path feels more open than before. You are not carrying the same weight, you are not facing the same resistance, you are not being pulled back in the same way. Everything feels more aligned, more natural, more clear. This is not something that happened suddenly, it is something that developed as your awareness grew stronger. As this final part settles within you, recognize that you have moved beyond what once worked against you. You are not in the process of removing it anymore, it is already gone in the way that matters most. It no longer has control over you. The message you have received was never about something outside of you changing, it was about you becoming aware of your own transformation. And as you continue to move forward with this awareness, you will begin to see that your life becomes more steady, your thoughts become more clear, and your direction becomes more certain. You are no longer reacting to the same patterns, you are no longer carrying the same weight, you are moving forward with a sense of calm strength that allows you to live with clarity, confidence, and a deep understanding of who you are. Comment, "I am free and moving forward," if this resonates. Like and subscribe for more messages like this.